The streetlight turned off at the exact moment her whisper touched the air duct. No flicker, that no warning. One flickered. The sidewalk existed under a tired orange glow. The next second, in. Darkness swathed the street completely. So completely that even the rain should hesitate, like the night is safe past. Even sacked Walker. There, police reports would mention a brief power fluctuation on that street. A routine entry. Nothing unusual.
What they couldn't explain was why it happened at the exact moment his name was whispered, from right behind him. At the time, Ethan didn't understand what that meant. He would only realize later that this wasn't the first sign something had been following him. The grocery bag cut into his fingers as he stood frozen. His heart pounded hard enough to hear inside his head. Too loud, too close. He didn't turn around because the whisper hadn't echoed. It hadn't drifted, it had been close, too close. The streetlight snapped back on. Relief hit him instantly and then vanished. Two shadows stretched across the wet pavement. One belonged to him. The other didn't. It was taller, thinner. Its shoulders bent at an angle. No human body should make the edges look unfinished. Like the shadow itself hadn't decided what it was yet. The whisper came again, softer, almost patient, as if it already knew he was listening. Ethan ran. Later, investigators would focus on the shadows, not the whisper. They would question how a second shadow could exist under a single light source. They would never find an answer. Ethan slammed into his car and locked the doors. Headlights cut through the rain, flooding the street with white light. The sidewalk was emptied, no second shadow, no movement. The streetlight behind him glowed steadily now, calm, ordinary, almost innocent. He drove fast. He told himself it was stressed out long shifts, lack of sleep, not old water. But deep down, Ethan already knew something was wrong, because this wasn't the first time the whisper had said his name, and it hadn't started on that street. Months earlier, Ethan lived near a small park on the edge of the city. Every night, as he walked home, the same lamppost dimmed when he passed beneath it, not always the same one, always at the same step. At first, he ignored it. Then he slowed down, testing it. The light reacted every time. Not enough to fail, just enough to respond. Then came the feeling, not of being watched, but of being recognized. The whisper started quietly outside his apartment door. Later, from the dark corner of his bedroom, when everything else was still. Always his name, never anything else. And every time it whispered, something electrical reacted. Lights dimmed, screens blinked, power failed for half a second. Ethan moved to apartment, a neighborhood, new route home. But the whisper followed, because it wasn't attached to a place. It was attached to him. That night, driving without direction, Ethan saw a street sign that made his hands tighten on the wheel. The name matched the street beside his old park at the end of it. Another park. Another lamppost. The light burned steadily, bright against the rain. Waiting. Ethan parked across the street. As soon as the engine cut off, the playground tape shifted. There was no wind. The lamppost dimmed. That was when Ethan understood something important. It didn't chase him, it waited for him to stop running. His phone lit up, no vibration, no sound. An incoming call from his own number. The lamppost dimmed again. Then the whisper came from inside the car. From the back seat, Ethan looked in the mirror. There was no face, no body. Just a deeper darkness. Shaped like something pretending to be human. The streetlight shut off completely. The park vanished into black. After that moment, Ethan would never describe himself as alone again. He reversed blindly. Tires screamed softly on wet asphalt. Every streetlight dimmed as he passed beneath it. Not enough to fail, just enough to acknowledge him. He drove to the brightest place he could think of, a gas station, flooded with white light. Under those lights, the whisper stopped. For the first time that night, there was silence, no rain, no static, no breath near his ear. Ethan stayed inside the car, frozen. The light felt harsh, almost painful, but safe. Then his phone vibrated. One notification, a voicemail. Timestamp, just now. He opened it, no static, no distortion, no background noise. Just a whisper, his own voice, saying his name. Exactly the way it had been whispered all night. The voicemail didn't come from his number dial. It came from no number at all. Later, technicians would confirm something disturbing. At the exact moment the voicemail was recorded, Ethan's phone microphone had been active. Even though the phone was locked, untouched, and lying on the passenger seat, there was no explanation. Ethan looked into the rearview mirror. The back seat was empty, no shape, no shadow, nothing. But his reflection looked wrong, not possessed, not distorted, just tired. Like someone who had been watched for too long. Ethan drove home. He slept with every light turned on. The whisper never returned, but something else changed. Streetlights no longer turned off when he walked beneath them. They dimmed, just slightly, as if reacting, as if recognizing him. Ethan stopped walking at night, that he stopped answering unknown calls. And he deleted the voicemail. Not because he was afraid of hearing it again, but because he was afraid that one day it might say something other than his name.